why is it important for for a layperson like me or someone else to get involved into understanding these arguments so that they can? Is it so they could share their faith more? Is it so they can answer their questions? Like, is it a combination of all that? What would be your pitch?
My mm, my pitch would be, the more you understand about God, the more you will, with clarity, be able to talk about God, and the more you will understand the God you worship. If you not only, of course, study scripture, of course, study systematic theology, of course, but if you want to sharpen your mind and understand the big questions, why is there something rather than nothing? What's the meaning of life? These sorts of things, then you're going to have to get into the philosophical literature. And I mean, one of the greatest theologians in history, St. Augustine, was also an amazing philosopher. He read Plato, and took on a lot of Platonic things. So I would just say, if you're in the pews, it can be daunting. So let me just say this. When you first start studying philosophy, and in philosophy of religion, philosophical theology, it will sound crazy, but
Yeah.
keep with it. Just keep going, and it will strengthen your faith by you studying it. And just keep going, and you'll get better at it as you go.
hmm I think that's exactly right. And do you have any resources you'd recommend, maybe for a beginner, maybe even someone more intermediate or more advanced? Like, do you have any resources you'd like to recommend to anyone?
Sure. If you're just getting started, I really recommend Richard Swinburne's thin book called Is There a God?
Mm.
That's a great resource. He's made accessible his masterwork, The Existence of God. So I recommend Richard Swinburne's Is There a God? And then if you want to get into philosophical theology, I recommend Stephen Davis and Eric Yang's introductory text, Christian Philosophical Theology. And then if you want to get into Christian apologetics, there's an excellent text I just found, and I'm working on creating a small group study on this text for my church. It's called Stand Firm by Gould, Dickinson, and Lofton.
Mm.
Stand Firm. So if you want to do apologetics, I'd do Stand Firm. If you want to get more into like views of the atonement, views of the Trinity, and so on, do Davis and Yang's Christian Philosophical Theology. And then if you want to do philosophy of religion, do Swinburne's Is There a God?